like live viewers will have. So,
Hmm.
um, basically, the plan is to go through every Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle card that is legal in Tiny Leaders and in both of the sets, and kind of talk about them largely. It can be just kind of like, how good they are in Tiny. It could be, the last time we did it in Lore and Eclipse, the short series was a lot more focused on the like competitive aspect of things. Here we can just talk about our thoughts. It doesn't have to be particularly competitively minded. It could be just like a fun card that would be fun in more casual decks. So, yeah. So, the first card is Action News Crew. This is a common card, 2 mana, 2/2 Vigilance. Uh, I find it funny that it says Channel 6. I think that's like a funny little thing. Um,
It is, yeah.
it's draft
It's
chaff
definitely a
though,
reference.
but yeah, it's
I was
draft
gonna call
chaff,
it exactly
but
that. Draft chaff.
funny. Yeah, we're just gonna move on from that one. We're not gonna spend a lot of time on the cards that are basically just okay. Well, this, you know, won't even see play in Popper.
Hmm.
Okay, Agent Bishop, Man in Black. This one's interesting. So 3 mana 1/2 is not good stats. Um, it's a human soldier, which is like semi-relevant type lines. Jurina is a deck that exists in the format and that cares about humans. Uh, so beginning of combat, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 creatures. Could be itself, could be other creatures, could technically be your opponent's creatures if you really wanted to. Um, this could be a commander. I don't think it's good as a commander. It could be in the 49. I don't think it's good in the 49. This is basically a
The
direct.
trash legend.
Is it Aspirant? Is that the one? Yes. Luminarch Aspirant is basically like the comparison point. Luminarch
Mm.
Aspirant's a 2 mana 1/1. Again, a human that puts 1 counters on target creature uh, at the beginning of combat. And it it doesn't see any play. It used to see some slight play like 3 years ago, but the format has kind of been power crap to the point where it's not going to see a lot of play. And so I don't think Agent Bishop will either. Like it is technically twice as powerful, but for even a 1 mana difference, that's a big deal in Tiny, right? This is your top end.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna cut it. If it was like a 2/4 body, then we would be talking. Then that would be something. But with just such like a small and hittable body, uh, I don't think this is seeing any play. What do you think?
I agree.
Okay, yeah. Also, let me know if you want to take the reins on
Yeah. No, I don't have anything to add.
things.
Your
Yeah,
commentary with the luminary. That's a card I didn't even remember seeing.
yeah, yeah.
But it's spot on.
Okay, yeah. So April O'Neil, it's a legendary common. Might do something in Pauper. I know Pauper was harumphing over the legendary commons last time they existed
Mm.
because of their poor cast down. But here it doesn't really matter. 2 mana 2/2 ETB Scry 2 and then Slight Evasion. This doesn't really do anything. Might do something, and again, this is legitimately a card that might be Pauper playable. I don't know Pauper well enough, but it might be Pauper playable. It is not Tiny Leaders playable, I don't think.
Yeah,
Um,
I definitely agree.
yeah. Dimensional Exile, this is basically so it's enchants a
Scene
basic
rip.
land.
Yeah,
I
scene
would
rip comes to mind, but oh,
ossification
ossification.
is so it's enchants a basic land. This exiles a creature an opponent controls. This is a creature or planeswalker. So this is basically just a worse ossification, and ossification
Okay.
doesn't really see any play. It sees some like very fringe play, but not a lot. Um,
My
for a
first
budget deck,
thought
maybe.
was Steam Rip because it also takes any permanent and it's also an
Yeah.
enchantment. And it only costs 1 mana instead of two.
Yes. So
Um,
Seam Rip does legitimately see some play here and there. It does have
oh,
like
but
the
this was
slight
limited to.
stipulation. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, authentication was a better comparison.
Yes. However, if you really want to get into it, something that does see some slight play because of Oswald Fiddlebender and similar cards is Glass Casket, which is basically like this, except it doesn't require a basic land. And it's
Hmm.
an artifact, which means it's more easily tutorable to the field with something like Oswald Fiddlebender. However, Glass Casket sees very small play as well. Um, so I don't think this will see like any play unless you're doing a budget deck where, if you have the card on hand and you're making a paper deck, it's not a bad card, right? 2 mana removal is like the standard rate. So it's not bad, but for like the top echelons of Tiny Leaders play, it's
Hmm.
it's not going to see play.
It could see play in decks that are trying to do stuff anything Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in them.
Yes, this is very true. Yeah, if you want to do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle tribal deck, Dimensional Exile is a good one. Um, okay.
You skipped the Eastwind Avatar.
Yes, I did, but it is not tiny legal. So that's why I
Oh,
skipped it.
right.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep. Okay. Welcome back, City Pigeon.
Hmm.
Um, City Pigeon saw no play. I don't think this will see any play either. But people. Oh, I spelled pigeon wrong.
I do that all the time.
People have their opinions on this. I will say, if we are getting into the weeds, in the past year, basically 3 of these separate effects have been printed. Momo being the best one of them, right? Because you can make a food token, but also do a bunch of other things, and it has
I
vigilance.
I hadn't considered Momo a chicken up until now.
Yes, technically bird, but yes,
Well, yeah, yeah.
yes, it's basically the same effect. This one's a 0/2 instead of a 1/1, but that doesn't matter. If you want to make a bird tribal deck for whatever reason, it's an option. If you want to make a hot dog tribal deck, it's an option. Other than that, it's not very good. Okay, Hamato
And
Guardian
at
stands.
uncommon.
Yes. I mean, hey, maybe you could do something, given all of those cards are in standard. Maybe you could create a 12 pigeon deck where you just have spam 1 mana flyers that make foods and maybe hope to do something. But not in Tiny Leaders. Hamato Guardian Stance, it's a combat trick. Combat tricks aren't particularly good in Tiny Leaders. This is also. I mean, I'm spending too many words on what I could essentially say draft common, but
Hmm.
if you want to get into the weeds, Enter the Avatar State would be kind of like the comparison to make. This also, by the way, doesn't see any play in the format, but it will give a creature flying, first strike, lifelink, and hexproof for 1 mana at an instant speed. This one
It
gives a slight stat
it
buff and flying.
also it also doubles as a lesson for the
Yes.
Lessons Matter decks.
Yes. So I will say, Enter the Avatar State currently doesn't see play. This is not an Avatar set review, but uh come Strixhaven, if there's more like learn effects, you could have a lesson board, and this could be a lesson board card.
Hmm.
But that's neither here nor there. Um Okay. High Flying Ace. Again, Bird Tribal. Perfect card. Not really a perfect card because it's kind of bad even in a Bird Tribal deck, but, you know, it's a bird. Otherwise, draft common. um, oh, hi Esper and Mecha. Okay. Speaking of birds, you have the Bird Commander. Koya, Death from Above. You can make a really bad, like, mutant bird tribal deck. Because this is kind of very mid. If it had flash, maybe it could do something. It is technically an Orzhov commander, but I mean, I just don't see why you would play this.
Yeah.
Neat art. I like the art. I can't say the same about like a lot of the art in this set, but this has very neat art. Okay. Leader's talent. So,
I like these classes.
yeah, I think they're particularly interesting. Not this one, but other ones have very cheap like level 2 and level 3
Hmm.
activations, which like none of these class enchantments have really seen any play in tiny leaders competitively speaking. And I think a lot of the hindrance is that it just takes so much mana to get them fully online. Uh, this one kind of has that problem, so I don't think this will see any play. But other lessons, when we get to them, might see some play somewhere. Um, yeah, basically the deck type of deck that would want this would be something like Marath, and Marath has so many better options.
Yeah,
uh,
I normally play Innkeeper's Talent. That one
yes,
I really like.
yeah, Innkeeper's Talent's kind of neat.
And this one is kind of similar. Innkeeper's Talent says at the beginning of a combat, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. And Leader's Talent, it's on an attacking creature. So that's double N.
Yep, yep,
In
yep,
So that would be the main difference. Also, it gives you Warp for only 1 mana, and the other one
yes,
costs 3 to upgrade.
yeah, and it's
So
like
yeah,
some slight
definitely.
life gain, so not good. Hey, look, it's another common legendary. Um, it's not good. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not good. It can
If
get
you
big.
really, if you're desperate and want to do a lot of enter the board, with
Yeah.
creatures, sneak and web slinging from Spider-Man kind of help.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried building a web slinging deck a couple of times. It's not doable in Tiny at all.
Yeah. It's just too much of a standard like mechanic
Hmm.
to see a lot of play here. More Leonardo with sneak. This one is actually not bad. This is basically a so the most direct thing is a Johnny's Pride Mate, which is the most basic version of the effect.
Oh.
However, more recently we've had Essence Channeler. Essence Channeler is fairly solid. I don't think it sees like any play, but I haven't seen a lot of Soul Sisters decks in the format, just in general. Um, but Essence Channeler is kind of the best version of these effects. This basically the big upgrades. So Essence Channeler moves its counters when it dies and can get flying
Hmm.
and vigilance for fairly easily. This one can be cast for 1 mana, which is relevant. Has lifelink, so it triggers itself. Um, And so both of those, I think, could definitely push this into playability with specifically Soul Sisters style decks. Uh, the question then becomes how playable are Soul Sisters decks? And that I can't tell you.
I can't either.
Yeah.
There's this bat from Bloomborough, Orthop bat. I can't remember what its name is. I've seen that
Zoraline?
one in play. So Zoraline, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, that one does see, at least in my area, it does see some play. There's a
Yeah.
player that has a deck around that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
but it's more bat themed than Ninja
yes.
Turtles.
Yeah. I think maybe. Now, this might be a stretch. I don't think it would be a good deck, but maybe you could run this as a commander and be like a white weenie, like aggro style deck. However, it's like, that would be a tier 3 deck at best. It would be not very good, but it would maybe do something more interesting than something like Felia. So, I don't know. More Leonardo.
That's the third Leo we have in Tiny, not
Yep,
counting the big ones
yep, yep.
or the non-Leo cards like Leader's Talent.
Yeah, yeah. And, there's a whole other set to review after this, so. Um, this is not good. It's a draft uncommon. It's
Yeah,
cool. It's cool in like a cube maybe. Uh, but it's not good here or pretty
and
much
Sneak for
anywhere.
5 is just way too
It's
expensive,
so
even
brutal.
for a combat trick.
Lita, little orphan amphibian. People have I have heard people complain a lot about the fact that this says amphibian when they're referring to turtles. And
Mm.
they and it had to be pointed out that in the TMNT lore and like the comics and stuff, they often refer to the turtles as amphibians as like a running thing. So it's a reference. Um, my immediate thought when I look at this card is Gala Greeters. Gala Greeters is a green card that does a very similar thing, right? Same alliance ability. Both of them gain some life somehow and put some counters. The main difference, so you create some food tokens, and then there's Scry on Lita.
Hmm.
And Gala Greeters creates a tapped treasure token, which in my opinion seems a lot better.
Even if it's tapped. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And Gala Greeters doesn't see any play in the format. So, I don't know what to say. I don't think this will see play.
I agree.
Well, this is a terrible
Yep.
card. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
no, bad card. We're not gonna give it any time. Prehistoric pet. It's just a little guy.
Cute art.
Very cute art. Um,
I do wish this was a mouse for whatever reason. Like I
yeah,
just wish it was a mouse.
yeah. So this is a neat card. I don't think it'll see a lot of play, but it's a neat card, right? I like what it does from like a draft or from a limited perspective, but I don't think this will see a lot of play. Basically, so my immediate comparison for this is one in Bloomborough, the Dour Port Mage. Now, the Dour Port Mage also doesn't really see any play. Is notably 1 mana more expensive, but has some self synergizing going on.
Mm.
Prehistoric
Yeah.
Pet is cheaper, which is something, right? 1 mana playing this means that it's fairly easy to just get out there. I think one of the biggest hurdles with Dour Port Mage is that you pay 2 mana. You have to hope it lives a turn. Then you have to pay 2 more mana to return a creature and draw a card. And this is only 3 mana. So that's like it's a meaningful difference, but I think the fact that it like
I think the biggest difference is the Tower Port Mage can be used at any point, whereas
mhm
this one can only
mhm
be used in your turn.
yes, that is also very much um an important thing. It's also worth noting for both of them uh that returning a creature to hand not is not part of the cost, and so people can respond to it, which feels really bad. If you pay 2
Oh,
mana, tap down this, returning a card with a sick ETB, and somebody just pays 1 mana to lightning bolt it. Uh, that would be so sad. So, I don't think it'll see any play. I'm willing to be proven wrong, though. The quintessential katana. Um, it's not good. I had to take a moment to read it, and none of the words on these cards do anything.
are there even any white ninjas besides on this set?
No,
Because I
unless you
believe
count
ninjas used to
changelings.
be, yeah, exactly. They used to be black and blue.
Yes, we're going to see a lot of black and blue ninjas that might be relevant because of Yuriko, but
Hmm.
this one it only matters. There is a we'll get to it, but there is an Esper Splinter, which is a Ninjas Matters card. This wouldn't see any play even in that. So, yeah. Triceratron Commander. Eh.
It's not even legendary, and that's the biggest pain point. It cannot be a commander if it's not
Yeah.
legendary.
Yeah, if it was a commander, I could see it because you could play just like hard control and then have this be a payoff. But it's not legendary, and so this is just like a weird Entreat the Angels. That's bad. And Entreat the Angels only sees play in one deck. And also
And
has a much
this
better payoff.
and dinosaurs are normally green, red, and or black, I guess, with
Yeah.
the Jurassic Park one. So
Yeah.
not even on a tribal dinosaurs deck.
Yep. Turncoat Kunoichi. This one's kind of interesting. So 3 mana, 3/2. Notably, it's in Orzhov because of the sneak
Hmm.
ability. So when it enters, you can basically Fiend Hunter a card, or if you snuck it in, you just exile the card. So it's interesting. I think the biggest pain point is it's really expensive, right? I don't think you want to play this without paying the sneak cost. I think it's not good without paying the sneak cost because then you're basically playing a what is that card? It is a Phyrexian that does the same thing in white for 3 mana. NX Sentry. You're basically playing an NX Sentry. However, NX Sentry is a 1/4, which means it can't be bolted. It also
Hmm.
sees no play in the format. So the only reason you'd play Turncoat is for the sneak. And I think 4 mana to bounce a card and to exile a creature is just not enough. I think if it was 3 mana, maybe. If it was 2 mana, most certainly. But that would be kind of a stupid card. Um, so this is a balanced card, but unfortunately that means it's not a good card. I don't think. What's your thought? Oh no, there's so
Um,
many.
I I feel like they're trying to bring standards power level down after
Yes.
BB, and so this set and Spider-Man before that one, they both had cards that were super watered down,
Yeah.
and I feel like the exciting cards are gonna be on the Commander set.
Yeah. This I is not a reprint. It's also not good. It's a pacifism effect. Pacifism's not good because you can
Pacifism.
just pay 2 mana to exile the creature. Why would you do this? Don't do it. Bad.
Because you create a black ninja
Yeah, for
as a
5 mana.
sorcery.
Yeah. Okay. We're going into the blue. April. Um, nope, not a good card. If it had evasion, maybe. If it had protection, maybe. 3 mana for a 2/2 with no evasion and no protection, and this effect is not good.
It's an uncommon. It's
It's an
not
uncommon,
gonna
yeah.
be rock solid.
The bespoke bow. Um, is not good. It's a 3 mana bounce effect, basically. You're not going to pay 3 to give a creature +2/+1 in vigilance. That's not happening. It's 3 mana
Mm-hmm.
unsummon. Technically, it's a non-land permanent, so it's actually 3 mana. What's the card? The Bloomburrow card.
The flood maw into the flood maw,
Yeah.
but that one gives you a fish,
Yep.
a tap fish.
So this is basically 3 mana sorcery speed into the Floodmaw.
With no face attached.
Yes. Buzz butts. If only this was like in black or green, so it could be played in bugs. But it's not,
Mm.
and so it's bad. It's a draft common.
Mm-hmm.
Crustacean
Void snare,
Commando.
as per mentioned, void snare as a
Oh yeah,
comparison for the
yeah. Void Snare
summon.
works too. Crustacean Commando. I like the name. I like the art. Um, I don't like the effect. It's bad. Draft common. We're gonna just move on. Hey, look, here's another
Uh,
class.
okay, this one
Um,
for mill decks.
yeah, mill 2 cards, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, which essentially means put 4 cards in your graveyard for 2 mana, which is okay. 2 mana, when it becomes level 2, you return some artifacts cards from your graveyard to hand. That's alright. And 5 mana doesn't matter. That's 5. That's too much mana.
Mm-hmm.
uh, I don't want to spend 9 mana on something to get whatever effect it has.
That's sorcery speed.
Yes. So first 2 effects are all that matters. First effect is kind of all right. Second effect is also kind of all right. I don't think this will see any play. It's a fine card. There are just better options. It does a lot of things worse than other things.
If it brought the artifacts into play,
That
it
would be
would be
very
a
good.
different card.
Yeah. But that's not what blue do. Okay. Back to the turtles. Donatello, Gadget Master. Okay. Sneak. Makes a copy of an artifact. I kind of like this as a callback. There is another ninja. Let's see if I can find it. This one. Covert Technician. Um, basically, so this one creates a copy that's token that's copy of an artifact. This
Okay.
one puts an artifact from your hand onto the battlefield. Neither of them
This
are.
one's a 2/4.
Yes. Neither of them, I think, are good or playable, but I kind of like the callback because I liked this card in Limited. But I don't think this is playable. It does something minorly interesting, but it doesn't do enough. Do you agree? You think there's like,
I agree for
yeah,
sure.
more Donatello, Way with Machines? It's not good. It's not good.
It's
Um,
for the draft
yeah,
artifacts.
yeah. If you want, okay, this is not. There's no way I'm gonna get this card right. I'm just going to hope. Please. Mnemnomonum or whatever. The little jellyfish creature, I think.
MMEMNOM, Esper says on YouTube's chat.
Oh no. Okay. I'm just gonna look over at chat.
Yeah.
Menon. I don't know how to. I don't know how to. Oh no.
Right
Menon.
there.
Yeah.
The right hand?
There
No,
we go.
that one.
This one saw a little bit of like experimental play because it's a funny little guy. Um, Notably has flying and is in more colors. This has flying, not in more colors. Also only puts counters on itself instead of on whatever. So,
Hmm.
whatever way you split it, it's not good. Donatello's technique. This might legitimately see some I think this could see some Yuriko play.
I can see this being helpful in standard, um, and maybe in some tiny decks,
Yeah,
but mostly for the sneak effect. Because,
yes.
well,
3 mana
like,
draw 2's bad, but 1 mana draw 2, that's something. So, Yuriko is just full of small evasive creatures that have
hmm,
alright ETBs. So, I could see it in Yuriko. It puts
attack
you
with
up
an
a card.
ornithopter. Yeah, attack with a zero
Yeah,
two ornithopter. You just return it to the hand,
yeah,
pay one, draw two cards, play it again on the main phase.
yeah. There is a lot of potentially good cards for Yuriko specifically in this set, so the question is, okay, how many of them will make it into the deck? So I'm not
Hmm.
100% sure this will actually make it into the deck, but it is an interesting card, and I think could see play.
I
Um,
agree.
Speaking of interesting cards, here's a Fugitive Droid. So this is a 1 mana 1/1, unblockable if an artifact entered, and notably, you sacrifice it to counter a spell that targets an artifact or creature you control. So this immediately brings to mind Siren Storm Tamer, which is not a bad card. So again, it has flying, so it's evasive, and it has that effect. However, importantly, so this is counter a spell or ability. This is a counter a spell. However, it makes up for that by also protecting artifacts. So I could see this seeing play in a Curie deck. Because Curie likes making things big and likes protecting those big things. And so this could be something that could be made big and then be unblockable. And then
Not just
also protect
Curry.
things.
Thinking out loud.
Yeah, yeah,
Kilo from Edge of Eternities.
sure, yeah.
Um, Friend of mine plays that one.
Mm-hmm. I could see it. So I think Fugitive Droid could see some legitimate fringe play. I don't think it'll see a lot of like big um play in a lot of decks, but I could see it seeing play in specific decks. It's not a bad effect. Okay. Um Mind Transfer Protocol. That's not good. That's
No,
not good.
not
3
at all.
mana until end of turn. Not good. Mondo Gecko. This is kind of an interesting effect. I kind of like was staring at this thinking, okay, how could this see play? The answer is I don't know if it can, but it's interesting. Um
It's yeah. I mean, you can't make this your commander because you want to draw for every color among permanents,
I mean it
and that
becomes
would
the color of
certainly
your choice. So you
yeah.
could
But
draw
that's
two
only
cards,
one.
but yeah. The card so the immediate thought is oh no.
Cameo.
No, Tam Mindful First Year.
Mm.
So this is an interesting card. MTG Homebrew Network made a
Oh,
video on it.
right.
Um, I don't think this is. good enough to go into this deck. I also don't think this deck's like particularly crazy, but it's like a fun little thought experiment. But you know, that could do something. You get Mondo Gecko to,
You get 5 cards.
yeah, basically. If you can find a way to have this be a evasive,
Hmm.
and then have it survive.
I mean,
Um,
it has evasion. Oh no,
yeah,
it doesn't
it
have
has
evasion.
it has
It's
protection. Yes.
it has protection. It's hexproof, not protection from.
Yes. Yep. And same with Tam of giving hexproof. So I could see it maybe in some sort of like funny brew with that, but otherwise it's not a very good card. Negates a reprint. This is draft uncommon. Retro mutation. Turtle.
It's they always print one of these per set.
Yep. Turtle.
There's like hanging up the cape on the Spider-Man one,
Yeah,
and becoming a civilian on the Avatar set.
there's better ones for 1 mana and some solid ones for 2 mana. 3 mana is too much. um, Sewer Valence Cam. This is not good. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a weird fiddly thing, and it can
It's also
maybe,
draft chaff.
yeah. Okay, that is a lot of types. Artifact creature, Utrom robot scientist. Um, but otherwise, there's nothing notable about this card. It's bad.
I have a sensational Spider-Man deck. I don't think I would put him in
Haha,
that.
yep. All right, Death in the Family. Now we're getting into interesting territory. This is a functional reprint of Anoint with Affliction.
Right.
Anoint
But
with
that one
Affliction,
has
it
the extra effect.
the extra effect literally does nothing.
Oh, sure, in our format. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
When I saw Death in the Family, my first thought went immediately to Universes Beyond Batman, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to say the rest.
Yeah.
Like I
But
can absolutely see an exact reprint, Death in the Family,
yes.
with a different art.
Yes. Um but overall, I think this could see some play in mono black decks. I'm not sure if you need a second Anoint with Affliction in non-mono black decks, because if you're like pretty much whatever you pair black with is going to have other solid removal spells at 2 mana
Mm-hmm.
that you'd probably play over this. You'd probably play one Anoint with Affliction or Death of the Family, but probably not both. Especially because black already has some solid 1 and 2 drop um, removal spells. This would basically be a good like fifth removal spell for black, which is why you could see it in mono black, but probably not
Mm-hmm.
much else. But it might, depending on the quality. I haven't made the top. Basically, the plan is for every set, do one of these live streams where we like review every single card, and then have a shorts video series where we look at the top 5 cards as well as some honorable mentions.
Mm.
And so there's a chance, depending on the quality of the other cards in the set, that this could be in the top 5. Because it's a legitimately good card. It's just an effect that we already see. However, that effect, like Anointed Affliction, sees a ton of play. So, again, mono black decks, I could see most mono black decks running this. Dream Beavers. Dream Beavers. Um, this could maybe see Yuriko play, because 1 mana, 1/1 flying with a good ETB. It's not a crazy ETB, but you know. And it's a Dream Beaver. I don't know the lore on the Dream Beavers, but they're funny. It's a funny thing. So I don't know. I approve of Dreamweaver.
I agree.
Probably not very playable. Maybe Yuriko playable. Insectoid Exterminator. This will probably see Grist Bugs play. It's not a very good bug. It definitely won't see play outside of Grist Bugs, but some card selection, flying, it does something. So we'll see. We'll see. Madame Null, Power Broker.
That one has been talked about quite a bit.
Yeah. So 3 mana, 1/3 Death Touch. Not bad. Not great. Whenever another creature you control enters, you can pay life equal to its power if you do put that many +1/+1 counters on it. So basically
So
doubling the base power
for a bit of
to,
life.
yeah, for some life. Uh I think 3 mana is too much for this effect. I think if it was 2 mana, I could see it seeing play. But 3 mana is just so much. You're competing with Barrowgoyf at that point.
Hmm.
And sure, I mean, like, if you play Barrowgoyf and then play Madame Null, and assume that neither of them, well, no, play Madame Null, then Barrowgoyf, I guess. And then assume neither of them get removed, that could be pretty scary. But that's a lot of ifs.
Hmm.
So that's my main concern. There's no sort of like protection for this card, and it's 3 mana. So I don't know. I'm willing to be proven wrong because let me just say I like the art.
Rayadon
Respectfully.
on YouTube says she seems amazing as a commander.
Maybe. I could definitely I could see it. I think the problem is you have a lot of like there's a lot of mono black commanders that you could be playing with. One of them that I'm playing with is Zoo Ifrit, which has kind of a similar deal going on, where
Mm.
you're getting big stupid dudes.
Yeah.
Um, the advantage of Zoo Ifrit is that you can turn basically a Phyrexian Dreadnought into a 13/13 from the graveyard. Whereas Madame Null, you need to have it on the battlefield.
Cast. Oh no, it doesn't have to be
No,
cast.
yeah, it
It
just
just
has
needs to
to enter.
enter.
But then you'd be losing like a bunch of life. And
Yeah.
something like a Death Shadow or something like that. Um Actually no, that's a good question. How does this work with Death Shadow? Um that's something to ask the judges, but I think
Death
that
Shadow. Target creature gets minus X, where X is your life total.
yeah, it's a
Um,
creature that gets smaller with your life total. So, I believe that this is two separate checks. And so
I think so too.
if you have a 2/2 Death Shadow and you pay 2 life, by the time it checks to how many +1/+1 counters it should get, its power will have already increased. So then it would be a 4/4 Death Shadow, and you put 4 +1/+1 counters on it. I think. Don't quote me on it because I really do not know. But that would be cool.
Esper Esper agrees with you over on YouTube,
Okay.
and all I know is that I would have to get a printout of the layers
Yeah.
and
It's
determine it
it's
that way.
technically it's technically not a layers thing. It's like when like it's an abilities thing of okay, is this an ability that has multiple like
Yeah.
checks? But I don't know. Um, Either way, I mean, like, if you could do that, it would be kind of cool and neat and a fun party trick. But like Zooifit can do the same thing, and it's just a 13/13. So,
Yeah. Esper says it would be a 6/6, by the way.
oh what?
It puts the amount paid on it.
Oh yeah, it's put that many counters. Yep. Okay, so it's not okay. Then don't mind me. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe it could be playable. I'm not convinced, but I'm willing to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
Ninja Team.
Next talent for black.
Eh. 3 mana for that sort of effect is really
A
mid.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 2 mana to give creatures +1/+0 and menace is okay. However, this
But
is.
that's you're paying 5 at that point.
Yes. However, this is one of those things where notably the third level is not like 5 mana to activate; it's 1 mana to
Mm-hmm.
activate. So that's actually reasonable. So we can actually talk about level 3. Um, Creature cards in your graveyard have Sneak 4, and you can cast creature spells using their Sneak abilities from the graveyard. It's interesting. 4 is a lot of
It's
mana
it seems very expensive. Yes.
because you'd basically be spending, so it's total of 6 mana to get level 3, and then 4 more mana to get a creature back. And that's like on a stipulation. Now it is notably repeatable. So there is no like it comes back with a finality counter. You know. So that's cool. But otherwise, why not just play reanimate? If you want the creatures back, why not play reanimate? If you want the life loss effect, why not play blood artist? If you want
Warlock
the
class is the one that comes to mind. Uh, it's not the same
yeah, it's a
because
little
Warlock
different.
only triggers once,
Yeah.
but it only costs one.
Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, I think it just does a lot of things, but it does a lot of things worse than every other
Hmm.
card. So I don't think it'll see play.
Yeah.
Oroku Saki. Uh, it's a draft common. You know, it's kind of interesting, but it's a draft common. If you, I think, so if you want this type of effect, there are a few ways to do it in blue. Um, that are ninja cards that only cost 1 to sneak. This could maybe have seen Satoru play because Satoru really likes doing that. But unfortunately, Sneak doesn't work with Satoru. So Satoru, there's some cute things you can do. You basically play an Ornithopter, and you swing with an Ornithopter, ninjutsu in something like Moon Circuit Hacker.
Hmm. Another friend of mine was playing with that card last night.
Yeah,
Satoru. Different
and
art, but I remember.
yeah,
It's probably one of the if you scroll on the right, that one.
yeah. So basically, like this is a neat combo where like you have an Ornithopter, you play Satoru, you swing with Ornithopter, you Moonsurk Hacker, and then replay Ornithopter, and you basically have just drawn 3 cards for 1 mana. You've done a weird convoluted ancestral recall. Um, and that would still be a good thing to do if it was 2 mana. But unfortunately, Satoru doesn't work with Sneak because it casts the thing, not have it enter the battlefield.
Yeah.
And so it's not good in Satoru and it's not good in Yuriko, and therefore it's not good in the format because you're not going to play this unless it's a ninja. Pretty much. Pain 101. Okay. This is a draft
It's a
common.
combat trick. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 1 mana versions of this effect. So if you really like these effects, play Malgear Rebirth. And it does the same thing, except it's also a land. And 1 mana.
Mm.
So, yep, bad. Zombie Worm. Um, I don't think this is anything.
No, no. Yeah, I
No, but it's a
agree.
zombie worm.
Returning a card to the top of your library
Is
isn't
yeah.
the effect you normally want.
So, speaking of mono black commanders, Rat King Verminister is kind of interesting. So, um, the immediate comparison that I would make is to what's his face. So, obviously, you could compare to Lord Skitter Sewer King because they make rats. Um, Lord Skitter has kind of a chunkier body, costs a little bit more, doesn't have like a restriction on the rats, but the Rat King sacrificing rats to bring back um a card to the battlefield ain't bad. It is notably instant speed. Um, However, the more direct comparison would probably be Jadar, Ghoul Caller of Nephalia, which,
Isn't there like a rat that you can have as many copies as you
yes,
want in your deck?
yes, there are. So, let's see if this works. Nope. Any number rat. There we go. Rat
Rat
colony.
Colony, that's the one.
There's also relentless rats, but
So
so
okay, it's gonna be Rat King, 33 rat colonies, and not you don't need 17 lands.
yeah, uh, that's probably a bad deck because it kind of falls apart as soon as somebody removes Rat King. But it is a funny
Yep,
deck. So all in all, I think Rat King could see maybe some fringe play, but would have to be the commander. I don't think this would see play in the 49 unless you have a Lord Skitter deck. And then maybe.
sure.
So, I don't know. It's an interesting one. Shredder's armor. Uh, is not really good.
It's for drafts.
Yeah. The only like thing that I would look at here would be Servandum.
Oh,
Um
sure.
because Servandum likes getting up to 4 power. However, sacrificing a non-land permanent to get that effect, and it's a 2 mana equipment, there are like better cards like um what is it? Eater of Virtue, which is basically 1 mana +2/+1 repeatable, and it does other shenanigans in the deck. So, and if you really want something like that, there is, oh no. Oh, not Conqueror's Flail. What is it? Is it a flail? Yes, Bloodthorn Flail. So 1 mana +2/+1. It does discard a card instead of sacrificing, but it is only 1 mana.
So the thing about Shredder's armor is that Shredder itself wants things to leave the battlefield.
Yes.
So having a sacrifice outlet is fantastic.
So flavorfully, it would be neat in Shredder.
Yeah.
However, it is probably not good. Shredder's Revenge. Draft common. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
Shredder's Technique. This will definitely be in the top 5 for this set. So, 3 mana sorcery to destroy a creature or enchantment, not particularly good. 1 mana destroy a creature or enchantment. Suddenly, that's pretty solid.
And black doesn't have many ways to remove enchantments.
Yes.
So having one more on your toolbox
The
is definitely
previous,
worth considering.
yes, the previous best one, if you want to have a sideboard card that removes enchantments in mono black, would be, or I guess in red or red black as well, would be I believe it is Feed the Swarm. There we go. Feed the Swarm, which is notably a 2-mana sorcery that does a similar effect. So, now it is worth noting Shredder's technique does require you to get in with a creature to be able to do
And that
this.
creature won't be dealing any damage as a result because
Yes.
you're turning it to your hand.
So there are notable downsides, but 1 mana's pretty good. So in the right deck, I think this will be a better sideboard card than Feed the Swarm. If you are in mono black and you're really, really scared of enchantments, having both of them is something you could do and would be viable.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what what do you think, 3 concurrent viewers? Or now 4 concurrent viewers. What do you think about the
Or
card?
watching now.
Do you think it's a playable card? This is me trying to get engagement.
I'm also reading the comments and stuff for the same reason.
Okay. You're not
I'm not
sold?
sold.
Yeah,
Yeah, as for
that's valid. I'm also not like fully sold. I think it's like it's interesting and worth talking about. So, I don't know. I could see it maybe.
in Yuriko, it's a lot of negative tempo from
Yes.
Esper.
Yes.
I agree. The fact that you're not doing combat damage is a huge downside.
Yes. Splinter Hamato Yoshi. Um this isn't good. Unfortunately, this is not good. Even
Yeah,
in like a super ninja deck, it's not good. Neat in standard, maybe, in a ninja deck, but not here.
big maybe. I don't think it's gonna be
Whirlanoids!
Dead Touch. I love these. When I do drafts, there's always at least one of
Yeah,
these one Dead Touch 1 mana creatures.
I love the danger squirrels. They're not good, but I love them. Stomped by the foot. And it has kicker. Um, otherwise, it's bad. Otherwise, just play exile based removal. Like Death in the Family, you know? Super Shredder. This one, I can assure you, will go in the top 5.
I if this isn't like the number one of the top 5, it's gonna come really close.
Yeah. So it is whenever another permanent leaves the battlefield. So that is, there are 3 things to note about that, like, line. Thing 1, permanent. This can be
Mm-hmm.
activated off of fetch lands, it can be activated off of sacrificing foods or clues or treasures.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot of ways to do that. Second, it does not say you control. So this can be your opponent's thing. So if you remove your opponent's things or do like a board wipe and keep this alive somehow, that
For
is also good.
multiplayer games, that also includes removing your opponent.
Yes, this is true. Which is very funny, but doesn't
Yeah.
really matter here unless you're playing multiplayer tiny, in which, good for you, it's a fun time. But um and thing number 3, it is leaves the battlefield, not dies. The important thing there is if there are any sort of bounce effects, sneak effects, or exile effects, all of those would
They
still
also
trigger this.
trigger. Yep.
Um so that's pretty interesting. 2 mana 1/1 menace is not good on its own. However, it gets really big very quick, and in the right deck, I could see this seeing a lot of play because of its type line. So in Jarina, this will probably see play. I will probably play this in Jarina because a growing annoyance that will just grow out of control and can be protected by the commander is good because it's a human. In Yuriko, I could see this probably seeing play because of the menace and it being a ninja. Um,
Another deck I commonly
yeah,
see is Sephiroth,
yeah,
and
I
he
could see
also
that.
likes removing stuff. Maybe you
Mm-hmm.
just swap Sephiroth with Super Shredder and leave the other 49 alone.
Maybe,
Um,
although Sephiroth has like that big like upside of if you get that emblem, you kind of win the game.
right.
Um, but I do think that this could be a very interesting commander to build around, especially because it can just be such an aggressive deck.
Could you show the other prints just for the comments around the
So
$26 on release?
there's the
That
Edgelord
one looks
one.
really nice.
There's this one which is interesting. This one's pretty good actually. I like it.
Yeah,
There's so many prints.
two of them are the same.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, overall, good alternate prints, all things
Yeah.
considered. Which is not what I can say for all of these cards. I think some of these cards have heinous alternate printings, but we're not gonna go
Hmm.
there. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, what's going on?
oh,
Okay, it's just taking a while to
no,
load.
there you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
tunnel rats. It's a rat. No, nothing more to say. He's bad. Okay,
Now on to the red cards.
Casey Jones. This could like maybe do something in a very specific Boros stack because you have two sorts of equipment tutoring effects in
Hmm.
Cloud and uh, Stoneforge Mystic. And then you would have two of these effects. The other effect would be, oh, I don't know it off the top of my head. Is it a blacksmith? It might just be Smith. I think it's just Smith.
The the talent? No.
No, Ingenious Smith, which has a very similar effect. Um, However, outside of that, and I'm not even sure that would be good, of having like 4 2 mana, like grab an equipment and have just like 7 or 8 equipments in the deck. I'm not sure that would be good, but it would be interesting. But outside of that, this will see no play. um, Casey Jones Vigilante. I
This
initially,
one is interesting.
yeah, I actually built a deck to try this as a commander. It wasn't good.
Okay.
So it's like, interesting in theory as a commander, not that great in practice. I could maybe see it in Asmo, but then you have some really good competitors to contend with. So I don't know. I like the
You
card
can
in theory.
always you can always count on luck,
Yeah, this is true.
and I do mean the card.
Yes. Yep. Count on Luck is a funny card for like this sort of deck, but I
The
think
4/3 body is kind of
yeah,
interesting, but at the same point, it's. I mean,
I don't think this will see like any play, but I think it'll be like fun to play around with. So, I don't know. If you're a brewer and you want to prove me wrong, I wish you the best.
Gato says he wants to prove you wrong
Yeah,
on
cool
his
but rude.
Ragost lobster deck.
Ah, funny lobster. Yep. Cool but rude. This is something that people are kind of freaking out about in standard because it can set up some really early kills. Um, Basically, if you have two of these out and they're both level 2, that's basically just discard 5 cards to deal 20 damage to somebody. And then and then you add in Monument to Endurance into that equation, and it just gets kind of gross. So,
Okay, so what you're saying is cool but rude, and then copy it.
yeah, in this format, it's not gonna happen. But in standard, it's interesting. In this format, it's not good. It's not good. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
Hard one, Jite. Um,
it's a weak card.
it's a card.
Double strike. Yep.
Improvised arsenal, golf club. Um, it's something.
I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, you can make copies of it, but at
yeah.
what
At
cost?
5 mana, yeah. I don't think it'll see play. It's not bad, but it's not good.
I might see it in one of those decks that have cranial plating and need a second one for some
Mm-hmm.
reason.
Yeah.
But cranial plating is better.
Jenica's technique is funny, but not good. I don't think. Sneak for 1, not bad. 2 damage to each creature, all right. It's basically weird pyroclasm, and pyroclasm's bad. So I don't know. Maybe you could do something with it with the card, but it seems bad. Um, this is a draft common.
Hmm.
This is a draft common. That's all I'll say. Hey, look, this is another draft common, but like with mousers now. Oh, speaking of mousers, here's some mousers.
But it's not a mouse. It's just a robot.
Yeah, not a robot
I'm a
mouse.
Mabel player. It hurts me. It hurts me so much.
Um, this is not a good card. That's what I'm gonna say. Technically speaking, it is better than. No, it's kind of like it's technically better than servo schematic in red decks. So technically speaking, if you are playing a slow bad Goblin Tinkerer deck, which I
Mm-hmm.
have created, and it is both slow and bad,
Hmm.
um, this is a funny include. However, it is not a good card.
Yeah.
Hey, look, for your bird, it's bard, not bird. I don't know.
Right.
Sad. Not no bird tribal for you. Otherwise, draft common. Hey, look, draft common. It's not even like a scorpion or a snake or whatever. I don't know. Um, this is a
It's a
red
mana
mana
dork.
dork. They like doing that now. Um, it's not a good red mana
Limited.
dork.
No, it's limited to artifacts and abilities.
Yeah, Raphael Tough Turtle. Something that might make um pauper folks mad, but it's not good here. Ravenous Robots. This one's kind of interesting. I don't think it's playable, but it is kind of interesting. You know? If you have a deck where you're running Pinnacle Emissary and Ravenous Robots and something similar, I could see the redundancy being interesting. Another card that you could run in such a deck would be uh, the Monk. What is it? Whenever you cast a non-creature spell.
The prowess monk.
Yeah. Where is it? Well, so one, Sahili Sublime Artificer would be another one of those effects. And possibly the commander if you want. Third path Iconoclast. So, there's some there's a world in which you could have a lot of redundancy with this type of effect, and then this could be like a solid card. But otherwise, I don't know. I don't think it'll do much.
Third pad, iconoclast. Iconoclast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
neat. Spicy oatmeal pizza. I'm so glad that, for the most part, the pizza's avoidable in this set. Like, because most of the pizza cards are bad, but there are a lot of pizza cards, and it makes me sad.
The pizza lands are, well, in my
Oh
opinion,
no.
they're not good at all.
Yeah. This is not good. This is not good. It is for a draft. Hey, look, it's a bat mutant. Um,
Pato says he likes it for some reason, probably on his lobster deck.
yeah, probably. That would do it. Wingnut. It's a cool art. It's a cool idea. It's not a good card. Um, Courier
Green
of
cards now.
Commenstables. Look at this art. Don't you love pizzas? Um, it's not good. And it can't even be in lobster. So why even bother? You know? Hey, look, it's the funny word.
Cowabunga.
Yeah, it's not good. It's draft
You
trap.
may reveal a mutant, ninja,
Turtle
turtle,
or
or
land.
land.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, the famous the famous franchise
Uh huh.
Land Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
Yeah, Frog Butler. He's Poison Dart Frog, but like a butler. He's not good. Hey, look, it's more pizza. Pizza, pizza. Um, it's not good,
I'll
but it's
say
pizza.
for the frog, the fact that you can pay 2 to give it reach to another creature. Oh well, to
No,
itself.
it's to
Never
itself.
mind.
Yeah,
In limited formats could be useful, but
yeah. This is not good. It's a draft common. Michelangelo, weirdness to 11. This one is kind of interesting. So, there's been a lot of dialogue. Also, pizza. Um, so there's a lot of dialogue on this card. Actually, is there more pizza printings? Yes, here we go. Pizza.
I love that art.
Um, if you like your pizza with noodles, it's
It's
definitely an option.
just the art's cute. That's
Yeah,
my opinion.
it's valid. So there's been a lot of discussion on this, on if it would be playable in Marath. I don't think it would be, because you can just run like the Ozolith Shattered Spire or something like that. But I don't know.
I mean, it's an ocelot with legs.
Yes, this is true. But I don't know if that's a good thing.
I
Makes it more
agree. It's
removable.
very much more removable.
Yeah. Okay. Is Mona Lisa? It's not good. Mutagen Man. So the funny thing you can do with this, what is the card? Oh, is it just? It probably just no. What is the card? There is a blue creature detective that cares about clues. There we go. Forensic Gadgeteer. So, oh, it's just artifacts. Okay. So it doesn't
Mm.
actually care about clues. So this one is kind of interesting because notably Mutagen Man says activated abilities of artifact tokens cost one less to activate. It does not have the this effect can't reduce mana in that cost to less than 1 mana. So theoretically, if you have Forensic Gadgeteer out, you have Mutagen Man out, you can sack a clue for free, which is pretty cool. It's
Okay.
it's too cute in a singleton format, but it's kind of cool. That's like the only use case for that card though. Draft.
Yep.
Novel Ninjaku. Draft. 3 mana fight spell. Yippee.
Party
Alright.
dude.
Party dude.
This one's for the food decks.
Yep. But not the lobster.
Whenever you sacrifice a food, you draw a card.
Yeah.
No, an opponent controls.
No, yeah. It's
Oh
oh
no,
yeah,
that's
no, it's
so
not good.
bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
I mean, it does create food for other players,
Yeah.
but
It's
no,
good.
no, it's not good at all.
Saved by the Shell. It's not good.
I mean, it costs 1 green if you have
If
a
you have a
turtle.
turtle. Yeah. Yeah. You're so right about that.
It'll save it by the shell.
Yeah. Tenderize. Draft chaff. We love our draft chaff. The Transdimensional Bovine. It's a weird card. It's not good. It's not good. 3 mana rock. Like 3 mana is the top of your curve. So why would you have a mana dork at that?
Yeah.
So that's the thing to consider. Turtle power. Do you like turtles? There's a turtle card. It helps your turtles. It
I
has
don't know
flash.
if I would even consider it in a turtle deck.
Turtles. Okay. Zoo escapees. It's just a boar rhino. That's all there is to say.
And now we start with the multicolors.
Rocksteady. It's big.
That's 7/5.
It's big, but it doesn't have like evasion or anything. So, meh. Basically, so the thing that I would comparing it to would be Rotting Regisaur, which doesn't see like any play, but it's something. It's a big dino. Notably, this one, if you don't have a card to discard, it's fine. You just discard a card, and you don't have to sacrifice it if you can't. This one, you do have to sacrifice it. Or you have to sacrifice a permanent unless you discard a card. And so unless you like sacrificing permanents, it's kind of mid. And it's also in more restrictive colors, so...
Yep.
I'm not seeing it. Dark Leo and Shredder. This one's sort of interesting. So if you have a lot of ninjas, it's good. The sneak effect, it's kind of interesting. It has kind of cool art, but it's not good, I don't think.
I really like the fact that its sneak cost is the same as a mana cost.
Yes, that is very nice.
I feel that very often they try to make the sneak cost so much more expensive.
Yeah.
And I've never liked that.
Yeah. I don't see it doing anything though. Dawn and Wrath. It's not good. It's not good. Took me a bit to read it, but it's not good. 3 mana, 2/4 with Menace that can make one of your non-creature spells cheaper.
The thing is, Affinity doesn't work in Tiny.
Yeah, it doesn't really work, right? The best you can do is turn a 3-drop into a 0-drop. But here's the thing. You are playing a 3-drop to make your 3-drop into a 0-drop. Why not just play the 3-drop? After it attacks. Yes, it needs to live a turn. It's so bad in Tiny. This is a draft card. This is also a draft card. Genghis Frog. Um, it's not good. It's a draft card. Go Ninja Go. So this one's like a little interesting, right? So if you're playing a white-red blink deck, it is a removal spell that flickers something. However, it is sorcery speed, which I don't like. But I don't know. I could maybe see it doing something. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like the combat tricks in general. This one's a sorcery though.
Yeah.
For for Boros decks, there's a lot of interesting tools that Boros decks can use in general.
Yeah.
Arabella comes to mind. Um, I don't know, something with impact tremors.
Yeah.
Um, Arabella doesn't come to mind. The second part deals damage equal to the greatest power. You're gonna be limited to one.
Yeah.
But Boros players are probably gonna find a tool for this.
Yeah, I think if it was an instant, it would be more playable. As a sorcery, it's kind of hard to justify playing it like as a removal spell over other things.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe somebody could do something. Hey, look,
Ice
it's
cream kitty.
an ice cream kitty. You can eat the ice cream cat, I guess. It's not good, but you can eat ice cream cat. This one's kind of interesting. I don't think it's good, but it's interesting. So 4 mana, you're bringing a card back to the graveyard from the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
As a commander, that's something, but why not just play
So
reanimate?
yeah, because we're limited to 3 mana cards, but if you could bring an
Yeah,
11, that's
that's good, but I
yeah.
don't think so. Karai's technique. This is kind of interesting. So the sneak effect, I don't know. Um,
So you're returning something that would have hit
to give
in exchange for
3
a +3
damage.
+3,
Yeah,
or
that's
removing something.
no, it can be both. Yeah,
Oh, sure.
it's one or both. But like it's still kind of weird. I don't know. Again, interesting cube card. There's a lot you could do like if you want to make a cube. There's a lot of things that this card does, which is cool. But I don't think it's time I don't think it'll do anything. Okay, this is not tiny legal, but hey, look, it's magic cards on a magic card. People had very
Yep,
strong
I love
opinions
it.
on this. Um, Mechanized Ninja Cavalry. It's a draft common. Also, are you seeing like all of these hybrid cards? They were so hoping that the community would be so on board with the hybrid change for Commander because the past like 3 sets have been so full of hybrid cards, and the next set after this is going to be Strixhaven, which is going to have even more hybrid cards. So,
And they put off that decision for another year.
yeah. Okay.
Whenever you put a counter on this creature.
No, it is on a
Okay, so this
creature.
one's going into my Tatus deck.
Yeah. I could see it
This
doing
one's
something. My only
uh
concern.
yeah, it only triggers once.
Yeah, what's that? What's the good card that does this Final Fantasy? It's probably in your Titus deck.
Um
I just don't remember
uh,
the name.
I use, it's not from Final Fantasy though. I use Dromark something.
There's a
Uh
2 mana creature. I believe it's a human.
yeah, it's a white one. Um and its mana value is 2.
I'm thinking of this
Oh,
guy, Professor Hojo.
okay.
Um,
You're thinking something else.
yeah, so this is great in Marath, right? Because you are basically doing a bunch of card draw, and this notably is it triggers on each turn. And
Hmm.
this does trigger on each turn as well. So that's kind of where the comparison starts. Professor Hojo lets the first one be free, which is pretty good. But I don't know. I could see this doing something in the right deck. I'm not fully convinced, but I could see it. Um, but yeah, Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Another non-mouse mouser.
Yep, and also draft common. Hey, look, it's nobody. Um, it's
I,
nobody because
I don't
it's
see
not
it.
good.
Yep.
Raph and Leo. This is a
This
funny
one
card.
I am really looking forward to.
I don't think it'll see play in Yoshimaru Rograk, but it's an interesting effect. And a 3 mana 2/4 is not bad.
I mean, in any deck that likes extra turns, extra combat phases,
Yeah.
or extra whatever, you can splash it in. There's probably something you can cut in
Um
favor of Raph and Leo. Plus, it's Raph and Leo. I mean, who doesn't like Raph and Leo?
the deck that I like as like a little one of my pet decks that I play at more casual tables is Augusta Dean of Order. Um which basically this would give you extra triggers for that tap and untapped thing.
Hmm.
Um, and so that would be pretty cool. And then as soon as you,
Raph and Leo only give you an extra combat phase on your first combat.
yes, yes, but it would still trigger that like attack trigger of Augusta.
Sure.
Basically, the deck does things like Stony Brook Schoolmaster. Whenever it becomes tapped, you make a little guy. And so it has a bunch of tap effects, bunch of untap effects,
Mm,
have things that
okay.
like is this the card? No. There's a card that you tap creatures to make treasures that's also solid. And so this basically untaps all your things. So it's interesting in Augusta, interesting in some decks. I could see it in more casual tables being pretty good. I'm not 100% sure if will see competitive play. Um, Slither
Another
Cryptid.
draft chaff.
Draft, yeah. Splinter Radical Rat. So this is the interesting one. It is our first Esper Ninjas Matter card. However, there's the only white ninjas that matter are from this set. And I don't think there's enough white ninjas for this to matter. Like to be better than Yuriko.
Hmm.
Um so I don't think this will see any sort of competitive play, but as a casual deck it could be a fun thing to brew.
Sure.
So that's my thoughts on the card. Dainty treats. Um, East not good. 3 mana removal bad. Taka and Razar. This is kind of interesting. So it is 2 mana uncountable menace that punishes some people. So like in a Boros or an Rakdos Bonk
No,
deck,
Rakdos, yeah.
it could do something. There was a very interesting deck that was kind of all in on slapping people that was Rograk and Vile Smasher. That
Hmm.
was a red black aggro deck that basically used Rograk as sacrifice fodder for things like culling ritual and basically those rituals that require that you sack a creature.
Hmm.
And then it would play just like aggressively statted creatures and win that way. And it was very interesting and very fun, and I could see that this seeing play in that deck specifically. Otherwise, I don't see it. Um, it's kind of interesting, but I don't see it. Oh, it's colorless time. Chrome Dome.
Chrome Dome.
It's not very good, I don't think. It's not very good. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, he's best on the Super Nintendo game,
Hey,
the
look,
fighting.
it's pizza. Do you like your pizzas? This is
It's five
draft
colors.
uncommon. Yeah. Oh, do you like your pizzas? Did somebody say pizzas?
Oh,
There's
I'm
more
starting to get
pizzas.
hungry.
Um, it's not good. Draft common for pizza. The ooze.
The Oozolite.
It's the oozolith.
I I like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Squirtles.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think this is good. I think if you want this effect, you should play the Ozolith.
Yep, which
And
only costs one.
yeah. And also, if you want like the removal effect with +1/+1 counters, you should play Agatha's Soul Cauldron, which is very good.
Yes.
But if you want a little turtle card, it's okay.
Yep.
So people have hated the fact that this could be playable in particularly aggressive Urza's Saga decks. Because basically, so Lava Spur Boots is the direct comparison.
Right.
And Lava Spur Boots gives Ward 1, which is usually good. However, Skateboard allowing you to tap a permanent, then to equip. So basically, the line would be Saga's on 2, end of turn, you create a construct. Then, on your main phase, before the Saga sacrifices itself, you make a second construct. You get the skateboard, you tap down a blocker, you equip the skateboard to the construct with summoning sickness, and then you're suddenly swinging for at least 7. But realistically, probably, you're probably going to be an artifact deck, and so, probably closer to 9 damage. Now it's a lot of setup, and it
Hmm.
requires a fairly empty board to work out, but in very specific decks, this might be better than Lava Spur Boots. And people are mad that a skateboard might be better than Lava Spur Boots. That's all I'm going to say on it, unless you have something more to say on it.
Nope. I agree.
Okay. Technodrome.
Technodrome.
It's really cool art.
Yeah, I would hate
That's
to
it.
open this in a booster pack.
Yeah. Turtle blimp. Turtle Van. Do you like your turtles? There is Turtle. It's not good. But Turtle.
Yep.
Weathermaker. It's a
This one
commander
I can
card.
also see. Yeah, I can also see playable in like the kilo decks where you're
Yeah,
putting charge
maybe.
counters.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's a
It's 3
lightning bolt
mana
for
is
three
the problem.
counters.
Yeah.
Sure.
I could maybe see it in Kilo, yeah. Okay. We have a bunch of these like these are technically new cards, but it's a cycle of basically gain lands, so I'm not going to
Uh-huh.
bother with them. Northampton Town. This is kind of interesting. So, the thing that comes to mind, there is a effect like this. Endless Sands. So Endless Sands has a similar
Cost two.
effect. Costs 2 to exile a creature you control, and then 4 to return all of them to the battlefield. This costs 1 to exile a creature, and then 2 to sacrifice, but it returns 1 to the battlefield, the rest to hand. However, this I think is just better because it costs way less to use. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
it good? I don't know. I think maybe in very specific builds of something like Philia, but
Okay.
it's a tough sell for me.
It's too expensive. Sacrificing the land.
Yeah. Yeah. Um hey, look, it's a turtle card. Do you like turtles and ninjas? Here you go. Turtle. That's it. Okay. On to this. Okay. So
Donatello.
this is a
Could you go
card.
back to the previous page just
Yeah.
to check? So he can. Oh, he can only partner with Michelangelo. So he's a partner with Mikey.
No, you can partner with Splinter
Oh,
as
with
well.
Splinter as well. You're
Yeah.
right.
So basically, these three character collects. The only one character selects. The only ones that are partnerable, I believe. Oh no, never mind. There's plenty of character select cards because like
Oh,
April as well.
okay. Okay,
So we're
never
getting
mind.
there.
Yeah.
We're getting there. So Donatello, kind of interesting. I don't think particularly good, but it's something. Uh, Splinter. Splinter's a little bit
It's
more
one
interesting.
mutagen.
Yeah. So I guess technically, if you have Splinter Donatello, you would create basically two mutagens whenever a non-token creature leaves, which is something I guess, but I don't know. I think it's kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
Um, you beat pizza and you have raid the fridge. Um, you can tell how enthused I am about the amount of pizza in the set.
I'm just hungry.
Um, 2 mana, 2/1 trample, and it gets a little bigger, or one
If
creature
it
gets a little
survives.
bit bigger if it survives. Yeah, it's not good. None of these character select cards seem particularly good, especially with the fact that with the partner rule, you're going down a card to play them. So
Right.
partners really need to be very good for you to play them, and none of these kind of pass that bar. Continue is very interesting and probably will be in the top five. Continue is basically you can return a bunch of creatures that died. So it's a way to get back from a board wipe. It is a way
Okay.
to do a weird flicker effect.
Sure.
And
I can
it's
see it
strange
there.
protection. So,
Because at 2 mana, it you might as well cast a free spell where if you have your commander
yeah, flawless maneuver is generally going to be
flawless
better.
maneuver. Yeah.
Um,
But if you want recursion, then sure.
yes. And so I think there's some interesting potential in like Jarina for this card. Where Jarina can sacrifice itself and then you can bring it back if needed. It's a good way to. A lot of Jarina's cards are 2-for-1 creatures that have relevant ETBs. So something like Extraction Specialist, right? Extraction Specialist gets killed by something like a board wipe or whatever. You cast Continue, you bring back Extraction Specialist and possibly whatever died. And then Extraction Specialist ETBs getting back another thing.
Mm-hmm.
So There's some potential there as like this could be a huge tempo swing in your favor if used at the right moment.
Yeah.
But 2 mana is a lot for such an effect. It's a lot of mana to hold up. And it's not like you're flickering up to 4 target creatures, right? It has to be specifically creatures that have died and coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So as a flicker spell, it's not great. As a protection spell, we already said that it's worse than flawless maneuver. Um,
But it's got its uses for sure.
it's got its uses. I feel like it'll see some sort of play. I think Esper was excited about it, and I'm not 100% sure what Esper like saw in it, but I don't know. Esper is in the chat, so maybe they could tell us why this is a good card in their opinion. I think it's an interesting card. I'm not sure if it's a good card just yet.
Right. Next.
Yeah, we'll move on, and if Esper wants to comment, Esper can comment. Okay, Endless Foot Assaults.
No idea where I play it. Esper just
Okay, cool. Love that. Endless Foot Assaults
Squad.
is
Oh, it's kicker. It's got kicker.
yeah, it has squad because it's the squad. It's like multi-kicker.
It's multi kicker. Yes.
Um, it's really cool in Commander. I will say that. I don't think it's good in Tiny. I don't think it's good in Tiny.
I mean, I play Tiny multiplayer as my
Yes.
main format, so
Yeah, I could see it in
yeah,
Tiny multiplayer for sure. In 1v1, I don't think it's good. April
yeah.
O'Neil. The Mutant Ninja Turtle.
It's never going to get better because there's never going to be more mutants.
Ninjas are.
Well,
Well, there
mutants
might be
sure,
ninjas. Mutants,
ninjas
maybe.
sure,
Turtles, not really.
turtles.
Okay. Here comes a new hero. Um. He's not good.
It's mathematics but crippled.
Yeah. Irma. So people really like this as like a commander card for like clones. But clones aren't good in this format except for very
Because
specific clones.
yeah, because there's something big to copy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the main problem. And like this is a 3 mana clone, right? So like Mockingbird is a fairly valid clone and does see
Uh huh.
play in something like Yuriko, which we've been talking about. Yuriko, Mockingbird is quite playable because it has flying, it comes into the battlefield as a copy of something with and it gains flying. And this can be, does this say it is target creature you control? Mockingbird can be any creature on the battlefield, and it can be cast for 1, 2, or 3 mana. And so it doesn't have to be a 3 mana card. And if it is a 3 mana
Well,
card, then it's
the
copying
main
a
difference
good
is that
card.
Mockingbird does not go through the lay-in rule, does it?
Um,
It enters as a copy,
yeah, it would not
and so
work. Yeah, yes,
with Irma, I
it
can
does
see
get
it in the
passed. Yes,
49 copying your commander.
maybe, but 3 mana is a lot of mana for that effect. Is the problem?
Sure.
So I don't know. Maybe. Hey, look, it's a little guy. It's Ray Fillet, Wave Warrior. Um, I don't think it's good. It requires a lot of setup for a kind of mediocre
There's
effect at 3 mana.
yeah, evolve as a mechanic in Tiny does not work.
Yeah, it doesn't work very well. There are some
I use
cards that
the
might do
I
something.
use the little frog that lets you draw a card,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it rarely gets more than a counter.
Yeah. Okay. Bebop. So alone, it is not good with Rocksteady, which we'll scroll down We're gonna look at Rocksteady first. It's also just not good. It's a lot of setup for.
Plus, you lose a card from your
Yes,
hand
yes.
because of the
So
partner rule.
once again, mediocre partner strikes again. There's a Pizzasaur. It's not legal in Tiny, but Pizzasaur. It's the pizza card, because we're in the pizza set. Okay. Foot Chopper. I could see this seeing Yuriko play, but maybe I'm crazy. It is a 2-mana evasive flying ninja that draws cards on damage and can equip to other things to make them evasive and then draw cards. So, like, I could see the play pattern being turn 2, play Foot Chopper, or I guess turn 3, right? Your turn 1, play an evasive creature. Turn 2, Yuriko it. Turn 3, play Foot Chopper. Turn 4, Foot Chopper. You swing with the ninja. You flip with Yuriko. You sacrifice the Foot Chopper to draw, and then on future turns you can equip the Foot Chopper to something like Yuriko to do the same thing over and over again. So that's my thought. I think this could see Yuriko play. I don't think it'll see play outside of Yuriko, but I could see it seeing Yuriko play. But let's see what Esper thinks once again, because Esper is the Yuriko player. Esper, would you play this card?
Okay.
I don't know. It'll take 15 seconds for that question to get to them. So we're gonna move on, and we're gonna see what Esper thinks.
Swift demise.
I don't know.
Equip 2 is a lot, is what Esper's thinks.
Yeah, equip 2 is a lot. But it is worth noting that it, like, auto-equips, right? So for the first ninja...
When it arrives.
Yes. Okay. Swift demise... I don't know. I want it to be something. I don't think it is. What do you think?
It could be interesting because of the second part.
Yeah.
For a pyroclasm-like effect in a Rakdos deck.
It is
I can
instant
see it
speed.
as a board wipe.
But yeah.
But 3.
Yeah,
I mean,
3
it's
mana's
3
a
mana
lot.
board wipe.
Yeah, but it requires
selective.
all of the things to be damaged anyway for it to be a proper board wipe. However, it could be... So here's the interesting thing. It could be a 2-for-1. For example, so it's instant speed. So your opponent attacks with a Barrowgoyf. You chump with a 1/1. Then you use the Swift Demise to kill one creature and then destroy the Barrowgoyf because it took damage from your 1/1. So in that way, I could see it maybe seeing play. But that's a lot of hoops to go through, and I'm not sure if that's correct to play.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. 2-for-1s are good. Like, objectively speaking, it would be a huge blowout to swing with a Barrowgoyf, have it get chumped, and then not only lose your Barrowgoyf, but lose, like, your commander or something. But I don't know if you would realistically play this card over any other removal or over any other board wipe, right? If what you want is a board wipe, you should play an actual board wipe, like Toxic Deluge for 3 mana. If you want removal, you should play actual removal, like Fatal Push or something.
Sure.
And so
This one's one-sided. That's the main
difference. Yes, it is one-sided. But it requires very specific setup.
Sure.
In, like, if there is a deck out there that deals, like, has a commander that deals 1 damage to each creature, or something like that, then maybe. But I don't know. Okay. Shell shock. Because turtle. Um. No,
I
it's
mean,
not
it's a
good.
fireball. Well, not a fireball because
No.
fireball can hit a player.
Yeah. And it only works in a multiplayer environment. And even then, the payoff is like a mutagen token. So,
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think it's good. Special move. Um, so this one's weird. I'm not 100% sure what I think about it. I think 3 mana is too much, is what I think.
I think so too. It's too expensive. 3 mana, even if you get to choose two.
Yeah, I think it could be a 2 for 1, but it requires very specific things. So, because it's also a fling, right? So foot toss sacrifices the creature. So, yeah, I don't like it. Oh, it's Tempestra, Dame of Games. It's not good, is what it is.
Hmm.
It is 5 mana to get a copy of a creature after this is stuck around for a turn. Taka and Razor's back. They're unsupervised this time. Um, 3 mana, 3/3 first strike.
Triggering
Oh,
only
yeah.
once each turn, I feel, is Naru's fault.
Yes. Yes. Um, this also prevents it from being an infinite combo with uh something with a sacrifice outlet and like Gravecrawler.
Right.
Um, I think this is very funny in specifically Norin the Wary,
Okay.
right? So Norin,
Yep. It'll
yep.
always blink.
Just every time somebody casts a spell or does something, this gets bigger and you get a treasure. And so it is very funny in Norin specifically. I don't think it is good anywhere else, and I also don't think Norin the Wary is a good deck. It is just a funny deck because he is very scared.
Yep.
So that's my thoughts on that card. High score.
I score.
It's not good. 3 mana is too much for this effect.
Yes. And I think we had effects like that. I can't
Yes.
remember, but I've seen cards like that for my Titus deck, and I didn't add them.
Level up. Meh.
Okay, so if you can't get your hands on a Bristly Bill, this could be like a budget version.
I guess.
No. Yeah, sure.
Although, how much does Bristly Bill cost nowadays? And how much does Scythe Cup cost? So, Bristly Bill's really expensive. Okay.
Yeah. The side cat is also kind of expensive.
Yeah, okay. I guess.
This one
But.
gives $2.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust it.
I agree.
I don't trust it. There's a pizza card because the pizza set. Um, foods. You turn foods into treasure.
And you turn treasures. Well, you get another food
Yeah.
every turn.
Yeah. It's not good, but it's something.
Yep.
3 mana, too much mana. We already talked about Rocksteady. Super combo is something people are very interested in. So,
It's got
This,
multi-kicker.
yes, which I don't know why it didn't just say multi-kicker, because come on, it's right there.
It's a combo with a kick.
Yeah, but I don't know. So this is basically 2 mana, kill a thing. As long as you have a decently powered thing, which you're in green, it'll probably be fine. 4 mana,
Probably
kill
don't
two
count
things.
towards prowess, right? Because prowess
No, they
only
don't.
counts casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this has some potential. The only problem is that it is in green, and green is a bad color in Tiny.
Green
um,
probably is the one that's fighting though. So
yeah.
um
But the big problem
so
is
maybe
green is bad on its own. And then as soon as you pair it with any other color, you're going to have better removal than this.
sure.
So, I don't know. I think in a mono green deck, it could do something. Would I play it in, like, I might play it in Tifa? No, probably not.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Uh,
I
no,
guess
that's
for
like,
Nadu.
yeah, but not really. Yeah, I don't know. It's a neat card. I don't think it's good. Hey, it's the card. This one,
We got a new split card.
yay! This one people are pretty excited for. So, flying counter on a creature, making it +5/+5. Notably, these are instants and it has fuse. Then, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent control. So it is removal and evasion, basically. So you pay 4 mana, you make a thing, you deal 5 damage to somebody's face and 5 damage to a creature, which is not bad, especially if that creature then has some things. So I don't know. I feel like this has got to go somewhere, right? Like there's got to be a deck. Um,
Right.
I just don't know which deck it is.
Spider-Man 2099.
Maybe actually, yeah, that would be pretty funny. Because I mean that's assuming Spider-Man. I think the biggest problem with this is that it kind of falls apart as soon as somebody removes whatever creature you're targeting. Because presumably you're probably going to target the same creature for both modes unless you have two creatures of decent size. So as as soon as somebody just kill spells, it's a bad time. However, yeah, you're right that Spider-Man 2099, if you pay 4 mana for this, or even 2 mana, right? Turning it into a 5/5 and then double strike is good. So that's just 10 damage to the face. And then you can play them separately. So maybe Spider-Man 2099. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, yeah, Esper said huge VV card. Yes. Yes, this is great in VV. Removal and just 5 power.
Sure.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, we found some spots for it. It'll see play, I think. Arcade cabinet. Not good. Not good commander card. But also there's a pizza because we're the pizza set. Um Exploding barrel. This is a magic card. We have exploding barrel, the magic card.
We've had exploding barrels before. I played Outlaws at Thunder Junction, and I remember I used a barrel that exploded.
But was it called exploding barrel?
Probably not.
I don't know.
It was called barrel that explodes.
Yeah, it's not good in tiny liters. Roadkill Rodney. Um, this is also not good. That's a lot of mana to do not a lot. Big Apple, 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Apparently, this like means something to TMNT
Anyone
fans.
that Yeah, anyone that ever played the arcade and or Super Nintendo Turtles in Time.
Okay.
The
For
remake, there was a remake and it didn't have the voice that said Big Apple 3 a.m.
oh, okay.
and it's an infinitely inferior copy just
Yeah.
because of that.
So people that have played those like this card. People that haven't played it, it seems weird on a land.
Yep.
Anyway, not a good card for tiny leaders. Hidden hideout.
They always have one of these multicolor
Yeah,
lands that
it
enters
enters.
tap.
It's not really good. The only one that's like even marginally good is Path of Ancestry, and that's only good in like a dedicated tribal deck.
Yeah.
Okay, that is I think all of the cards.
No, there's actually a few
Oh
more if you
no,
scroll down. I'm sorry.
no, this is
I
this
mean, we
is
don't have to do them.
this is new art
There's the
reprints.
no. Scroll down, and you're gonna see new section called
Oh
Turtle Team Up
no.
theme
Okay,
decks,
okay,
and there's a
okay.
bunch of tiny ones.
Gosh darn it. Okay, okay. Definitely not a
Yeah,
turtle. Definitely not playable.
it's definitely a turtle though. It's right there in the creature section.
Yeah. Okay, Hamato Ninpo. Not good. Draft chaff.
Not even draft, but sure, because this isn't
Yeah.
a draft. It's a beginner's deck
Yeah.
basically.
Leo's guidance. Not good. Splinter and Leo. This is not good. This is not good.
I mean, these are beginner cards. I don't
Yes.
know that we're gonna find any hidden treasures.
Yeah, but we'll check them. Splinter doesn't do anything.
It
Like,
it destroys a tapped creature,
yeah,
and
but
then you get to
like,
draw a card.
yeah. This is not even draft common. Containment protocol, not even draft common. Donatello's science lesson, not even draft uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
Casey Jones, asphalt hooligan. Not
Double
good.
strike,
Yeah, it's a 3 mana 2/2 with double strike.
and
Love
you can
that.
tell it's a beginner card because it's got reminder text on double strike.
Yes. Ref's bravado, not good. Not good. Ticked off. Not good. Oh, it's a little plant insect weirdo. I like the art, not tiny legal. Okay. Um, not good. 3 mana, too much. Yeah, this is like a beginner thing, so I'm not surprised. Hey, look, there's pizza. We found more pizza card. Um,
Yep.
not good, but pizza card. And is that? I don't think that. I think that's somebody else, but like, it's Ragost.
Hmm.
It's the food guy. Turtle tracks. Not good. Manhole cover. Also not good, but like, we have manhole cover now.
And that's it.
Okay.
The rest are just borderless treatments
Okay. So,
and dark rituals and food chains that are not new cards, but they have pizza now.
yeah, it's the pizza ones. People have very strong opinions. I have decently strong opinions. I don't like this.
Yeah,
I don't like it. That is my opinion. I don't like it.
I really like the dark ritual. I'll say that much.
Okay. Yeah, that's valid. Um, like food chain, there's like a pun because, it's a food
Yeah,
chain. And
exactly.
then
That one,
Supreme
also
Verdict's a Supreme
playable.
Pizza, but Also, the vilest art imaginable. Um, okay. So, overall, I don't think this set is going to make any waves on Tiny Leaders. Is it better than Lorwyn Eclipsed for Tiny Leaders? Maybe. Like, Super Shredder is very good.
Hmm.
Death in the Family, we'll see play in mono black decks. There's some solid Yuriko cards, I think. Um, I don't know. That's kind of it, honestly. I think those are the
As a
three.
as a Ninja Turtles fan, I am looking forward to slapping Raph and Leo on one of my Boros decks. Not even sure
Okay.
which one.
Yeah.
Um, and I really like the counters theme, and I thought that maybe I could
Mm-hmm.
do something with it, given that I play a lot of counters decks in general. But I'm not sure if I'll do anything with those just yet.
Yeah. And yeah, as for pointing out that Moonshadow is basically Shredder for 1 mana, and that's sort of true. I think notably Shredder's going to see play in Jarina, where Moonshadow would not, because it's a human. And I don't know if it would see play in Yuriko because of the ninja, because yeah, it's a tempo deck and having 1 mana versus 2 mana is a big deal. But I don't know. Overall, I think it is it has some interesting cards for the set. But for Tiny in the set,
Hmm.
it's not a game changer set if by any means. It's like all right at best.
Yep.
But yeah. Do you have any like closing thoughts before we end this off?
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga. Yep. Cowabunga pizza turtles. Yep. Yeah.
I am actually looking forward to this set. Believe it or not, I know there's a lot of opinions against the whole
Mm-hmm.
pizza and Ninja Turtles, but I am a
Yeah, you're a fan. So, you know what?
fan.
I'm glad that somebody can find joy from this IP, even if it's not
I
me. You
know.
know?
Um, it's weird because I definitely started playing Magic way before Universes Beyond,
Yes.
and what dragged me back into Tiny was Doctor Who, and
Yeah.
I was very sad that it was not standard legal back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand why and
Yeah.
all the ramifications, but I am happy seeing these sets come out. I am not happy seeing the frequency of them come out.
Yeah.
There's just so
Yeah.
much, so much.
Yeah.
Um, but I do hope that Wizards does attract new players with like
Mm-hmm.
Avatar and Ninja Turtles or whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, my main concern is that stuff like mutagen tokens, you're not gonna see anything with mutagen like ever again.
Yes. Yeah. And I think for me, I have my own like opinions. Obviously, I've shown my disdain for the amount of pizza in the set.
Hmm.
But overall, like a lot of the art beyond the heinous pizza arts is actually pretty good, all things considered. Um, I if you've watched the profs video on like the set design of this set and how
Hmm.
it is kind of another Spider-Man set in the sense of being very small pool with very middly cards and a basically non-existent limited environment.
I It's a
I
big
have problems with
problem with
that.
the amount of sets that are coming out.
Yes.
That's on Wizards for
Yes.
sure.
And I mean, that boils down to I would very much recommend watching. There is a MTG Goldfish video on basically explaining why everything seems so crazy and why there's so many sets coming out and why there's all these IPs and all that. And the reason basically boils down to Hasbro, who owns Wizards of the Coast and has owned Wizards of the Coast for the majority of its lifetime. Um, Hasbro is without the revenue that Magic the Gathering specifically gains, they would be losing money each year. They would slowly be going
Yep.
bankrupt. And so Magic the Gathering is their lifeline for keeping that corporation alive.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're trying to shove in as many cards as possible, as many sets as possible, as many IPs as possible just to maximize the revenue. And that is not necessarily Wizards' fault, it is Hasbro's fault.
Yep.
But that's neither here nor there. And yes, Esper
Mm-hmm.
made a good point. People hate Universe Beyond until it's their property. And that is true. Like, I would love for there to be a Brandon Sanderson Cosmere set. It would be so good.
That's exactly my point.
But,
You would feel even if it had the equivalent of pizza. I'm not a Brandon Sanderson fan, so sorry if
yeah,
I don't know that much. Um, but if there was the equivalent of that and people had this name to it like people have for the pizza stuff,
yes,
like I'm not super excited about the pizza fact, but I do really like the Ninja Turtles.
yeah,
And I also liked the previous Universes Beyond set. So
yeah,
I I'm like not in the middle because I'm definitely very much in favor of Universes Beyond,
yeah,
but the frequency is just too high.
yeah,
I, I I will feel exactly how you feel about this set once Star Trek comes out. I'll say that out now.
haha, yep.
Trekkies, feel free to at not me.
No, don't at me. Okay. Uh, well, that is. I think we could have a whole discussion on
Yeah,
that, and it's also
you
been
we
done to death, so we're not going to. But, um, yeah, I think that's been the review. At some point, hopefully in the coming week, we're going to be rolling out the short series, and so I'm going to need to figure out what are the top 5 cards in this set for Tiny Leaders. So if you happen to be watching one of the 3 concurrent viewers right now, or if you happen to watch it for whatever reason in the next like few days in your free time, please go to the Discord and comment your top 5 favorite uh top 5 favorite cards or cards that you think would be best in the format for Tiny Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Um and yeah, unless you have anything else to say, I'm going to close up the
Yep.
stream.
All right.
And yeah.
Well, thanks everyone. Have a great night.
Yeah. Bye. The stream hath ended.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Um.